Y'all like these little dichotomy recipes? Y'all like the classic? I hear y'all. Y'all want some normal food, whatever. Well, welcome back to Herbenstyle, a dichotomy of inspiration from cupboard to closet. Today, we're gonna be making dairy-free shrimp and polenta. Polenta is a yellow corn grit. So typically you might hear shrimp and grits and you see the standard shrimp and the white grits. That's the customary that most people probably are used to, but honestly, I personally do not like white grits. Grits are derived from corn, so if you do have a corn intolerance, that is something to consider. However, shrimp and grits has always been something that I made during Valentine's holiday, and so I'm going to bring you all an occasion-inspired recipe. In the past, when I would make shrimp and yellow grits or polenta, I would knock it up with dairy, put all the cheese I can find, all the cream and milk I can find. But since we are trying to become more top 8 free, I'm going to be making a dairy-free version to this probably second most popular dichotomy. I think it's probably second to chicken and waffles. If you haven't checked that video out, definitely check that video out. But we're gonna try another dichotomy, shrimp and grits. This recipe does also have shrimp or shellfish and crustaceans incorporated into this recipe. However, feel free to make this recipe to your personal health needs. So I hope you all enjoy this video. Hop in the description box down below for this full recipe on herbenstyle.com. Comment, like this video, and subscribe to Herbenstyle to become a part of the herb garden. And let's get started cooking. So we're gonna cook a couple slices of bacon until crispy and set aside. Then we're going to cook our seasoned and cleaned shrimp in our bacon grease. About 2 to 3 minutes is good enough. Once the shrimp has finished, you know you gotta get some pictures. So be sure to follow Herbenstyle on Facebook and Instagram. Now we're going to make our roux and sauce. So adding in our vegan butter, diced onion, and minced garlic, arrowroot, and mix your arrowroot until all arrowroot powder has disappeared. The arrowroot is going to help thicken our sauce. Incorporate your broth, heavy cream. Be sure to check out herbenstyle.com for the full recipe. Adding in your spices, you can't forget your hot sauce. Salt, pepper, and there you have it. At this point, I decided to blend my sauce to help the ingredients marry together and form more of a creamy texture. And then I brought it back to a light boil, adding in about half of my cooked shrimp, topping off with green onion or chives, and setting that aside. Now we have our polenta or yellow grits. Adding in water and milk. Be sure to follow the recipe on your brand that you use. Vegan butter. Add in our vegan cheese and let it sit until finish. Top off with our shrimp sauce. Grab those second half of those shrimp. Don't be shy. Bacon bits come into use. Chives or green onion, and there you have it. So this was my dairy-free shrimp and polenta or yellow grits. For the full recipe, be sure to check herbenstyle.com. But let's hop into this taste test, honey. Like, if you knew me in college, then you know. Ooh, look at that. That looks like an hors d'oeuvre, honey. Lord, bless these hands that prepare this meal so it may be nourishment for our body. Amen. Wait a minute. Hold on, cause ooh, the spice at the end, girl. Oh, this is good. It's creamy, bro. Spicy. Mardi Gras who? So the reason why I don't typically like white grits because there's not a natural flavor there. So if you think of like tortillas, the difference between a white corn versus a yellow corn tortilla, it's kind of like the same concept. The spices in this roux, this sauce for the shrimp, perfect. I would definitely advise and recommend season your shrimp before you cook it. So typically after you cook the shrimp in the bacon grease, you can go straight into the onion and the garlic and all of that. However, if you're kind of working around that, maybe just avoid the bacon, switch out the bacon oil with a regular cooking oil and you would be good to go. The flavors are still there. As you saw, I did not continue with the same bacon oil in my sauce, so that is something to consider. I am really liking the Violife, I believe, Violife vegan cheese. I don't know if you all checked out any of my other videos how I talked about some of the cheeses. The vegan cheeses are not my favorite. Violife has some quality vegan cheese that's not slimy and sweet or overly oily or anything like that. So I would definitely recommend. And as you could see, I used 2 cheeses or 2 vegan shreds. I use the Violife cheddar shreds as well as the Violife mozzarella shreds. So feel free to do whatever you please, but this is completely dairy free. For the heavy cream substitute, you may have noticed when I poured in the milk, that's actually mixed with lemon juice. So that's how you make a vegan heavy cream. You set that aside maybe an hour, 30 minutes before you're cooking, and you let it set and it starts to kind of thicken and gives you that heavy cream like taste. Again, this recipe is dairy free, it is gluten free, however it does have corn as well as shellfish or crustaceans in this recipe. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. But thank you all for joining Herbenstyle, and always be sure to own your style. Bye. You'll never want white grits after you try polenta. You have to make this recipe with polenta. Do not use white grits. Like, you can and it'll be okay, but do it with this, okay? Y'all want some normal food, whatever, try this recipe and get back to me, and then you can try the other recipes that I've been trying to put y'all on. But it is what it is.